Hey everyone, Scott, welcome back from the holiday season. I just wanted to say before we get back to, I believe it's episode 25, even though it was a bit of a lackluster episode, I was in pain when we were recording it. I never finished posting the episode. Amongst all the busyness of the holiday season and doing other videos, I forgot to finish posting it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Going to get that posted, and so you guys can watch that. And, of course, I'll be coming at you with other updates for the other shows in those shows. So thanks for watching.
Okie dokie. Mark, the word cyberspace is dumb.
I didn't even realize that was still... I don't remember the last time I ever even read the word cyberspace until you told me about this.
I was...
but yeah, it's dumb.
What was it? I think I was in therapy. In fact, I think that was Thursday. And
get closer to your mic.
I know. I'm in pain. I look like a freak. I was in therapy on Thursday, and I was, doing my usual thing, flicking through articles as I got my treatment, and stumbled upon an article. Can't remember for the life of me what it was. Why? Because it was they completely discredited themselves when they said the words in cyberspace.
It just reminds me of, early 90s internet talk when you're in cyberspace. It makes me laugh.
It's kind of like, oh my god, I can't believe we still live in a time where we celebrate an awful, ruler's death. It's kind of like that. It's just like, I can't believe we still live in a world where people think that, we're going to get sucked into Tron world and... be de-resed and shit. It is a word that it's just, this isn't another dimension. This is just computers processing information.
It's the internet, or when they say the interweb, or
the interweb,
or it's not the word web either. It's just it's internet.
Yeah,
World Wide Web.
Web is a bit but there's still applications for it.
Yeah, I mean, you can break it down. That's exactly what it is. But cyberspace is just it kind of gives you the illusion of just this all digital. I don't know.
It makes me it's like someone summoning. It's like a bunch of priests. Back in the Dark Ages, trying to summon a demon. Don't know why priests are trying to summon a demon, but instead, it's a bunch of nerds in modern day trying to summon a digital creature of some
maybe
sort.
If we had if VR got to the point where we just never left our houses and just connected to VR all the time and actually, conversed and interacted in just a completely digital meme. I can
even still, we need a better word than cyberspace.
Yeah, but that's what kind of think about cyberspace, because it's just you're in this virtual space, and yeah, I think the word cyber is just weird, but that's kind of what I think of. But also, again, early 90s when the internet was just kind of becoming a popular thing amongst everybody, not just corporations and businesses. And it was just want a cyber? And I was it makes me laugh. There's an old video I remember I've seen it a number of times where it's here, I'm going to show you how to cyberspace, have cyber sex with somebody.
Why?
It's so funny. It's an old, I don't know if it's just a dumb commercial or what, but this big ass computer, and she's hi, female here. Would anybody like to have cyber sex? I need to find that video.
I'm going to leave this restore session up, but let me Google this real quick. So, another one of these words that I think we've talked about before is, let's see what this is defined as. Define a fictional or hypothetical person whose physical abilities are extended beyond normal human limitations by mechanical elements built into the body. Guess what we get?
Cyborg?
Exactly. We're gonna be calling these things cyborgs, because in the 80s we were just nerds and what another terrible fucking word.
Cyborg.
Yes, that's so terrible. Couldn't we come up with something better?
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to think, like Terminator reminds me of a cyborg where he's just like, he's got the flesh. No, maybe not, 'cause he's mostly,
Yeah, that's like an android because it's a robot that appears to be a human, I think is. And android I think is more easily accepted because I don't think anyone would buy a cyborg phone.
You're right, they wouldn't.
Like,
no, that's definitely gonna kill you. Where an Android phone sounds friendly.
Android definition. So yeah, androids
If you
are...
look up the word Android, George Lucas gets another $20.
Android is a robot with a human appearance. So, like, obviously the phones are getting it way wrong. But either way, yeah, like, these incredible... Fine, I'm gonna fucking hold this mic. So these incredibly fucking nerdy terms. I want to lean back! These incredibly fucking nerdy terms are... I hate that they still even... kind of exist within our society these days. I'm in pain. I don't want to lean forward. This is a mess.
Don't you have a microphone for your headphones at all? You just kind of
sit back. It's really bad.
It's not gonna be the same quality.
Yeah, it's really bad compared to this. Hopefully the arm will be able to extend out here, so like I can just move it with me. I'm just gonna like bolt it to my shoulder. That's what I'm gonna do.
Those are kind of nice though. Like actually seen. I watch. I actually don't watch. Every now and then I'll get on watch ESPN and they'll have like these talk shows with people that are also on the radio, and they have like really nice like microphone setups with arms on it, and it follows them around, and I'm like, man, that's legit.
Yeah,
you need one of those.
Yeah, that's about what I've got. I'd like to attach it to the back of the desk so I can bring it down like an announcer like this, but I'll probably attach it to the stand that the computer is on. That'll probably be easiest. Anyway, cyberspace is just a terrible word. Mark, this was a pretty short ramble. You want to move on?
Are we in cyberspace right now? I mean, because we're looking at each other through a digital meet, and our voices are being converted to digital, and there's a space between us. I'm having fun. Cyberspace. With cyborgs and cybersex.
Is there any chance you can return the movies I sent you?
I never got the other one yet.
Really?
The Martian? Yeah. But I looked at the thing again, it said like not until like the 21st to 24th.
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know. Amazon delay.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and talk about another topic. Do we actually just want to put another topic on top of this?
It's up to you. I mean, we can just keep going.
So lately, I've been in a lot of pain, and you know that happens. That's going to be a part of my life, probably for the rest of my life. But definitely one of the big problems is, and I knew this, and like this was kind of even part of one of the reasons we started this podcast, because I was just kind of like, I feel disconnected from people. And not just because I had spent a lot of time away from friends and just regular society, but because I have this notion, well, I mean, it's not even a notion, a fact about the way I live compared to the way other people live is that it is just wildly different.
Yes.
The amount of pain I live in. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm done.
Somebody scream! I'll scream!
I'll scream! Ding, Cook.
Yeah, so like it's an amount of pain to the level in which it just trivializes other things. So like a great example is just like, I'm bored. No one gives a shit. I'm in pain. There's these niceties that people do throughout their day, like how you feeling? Or like somebody's just like, man, I'm so tired, and then that's like a thing that most people can relate to.
Yes.
I am tired, but I don't give a shit because I'm in pain. So it's just these. I don't know. It's like this thing I want to talk about, but that's like the starting location, and I don't know where the end location is. And I'm attenuating for this in my new work environment because I'm basically just asking people friendly questions. Oh, tell me about your girlfriend. Tell me about your whatever, like things that come up and
school, work, home life,
talk about
pets.
things.
Yeah. That's all you really got to do to kind of connect to somebody is just talk to somebody, and then at some point you'll end up finding a common interest, and be like, okay, well, that's what we can form a bond on.
Well, it's a tough thing to continue to just remind people that it's just like I live differently than you do, and it's. Again, these kind of niceties are often things that keep us connected, and there are also these things that I just can't connect to anymore, or at least I have a lot of trouble doing it. And so, yeah, I no matter what, I think I'm always going to feel a disconnect now because of the way in which I live. And, man, I keep looking at my face, and I'm just like, I have a fat face today.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not loving life today. Let's just say that.
Life is hard.
But yeah, so like,
I haven't been seeing myself yet.
People walk into my place of employment and they'll say. Some of them want to start a conversation. Some of them want to talk about things, and I'm just like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. In my head, it's just like...
that happens, man. I mean, any work environment where you're actually interacting with someone face-to-face like that, you're going to get those people. I mean, when I worked at the Apple store, well, the sort of Apple store, it's just like I was there to just do my job and like go home. But like there's a couple times, there's actually a couple customers, that came in often and actually like was able to have good conversation with. But other times, it's like if I'm just mentally like not having it, or they've come in before and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this person's so fucking boring. Like, just go away.
I mean, it's not even about being boring. It's not about like, I appreciate, someone who wants to, again, share. I hate to keep repeating it. Share these niceties. Share like, just some casual conversation. But and I'm not trying to be a douchebag about it because I do care. But again, like the pain does trivialize things, and I guess maybe I just want to talk about that. It really just does make a lot more things minuscule. Hell, this place is a wreck. I know you can't see it because I cleverly hide it.
Not see it.
But I really need to clean this up, and it's trivialized by pain. And I don't know. So that's been on my mind lately too. So this ramble is kind of shot to shit.
Yeah, it happens.
I can't help but be curious though. Like, do you remember a time that was like that for yourself? Because as you've confessed on here, you lost your leg, and so like I don't know. Do you remember a time like that?
Where I kind of didn't think of much of anything else.
Not that I constantly think about the pain.
Yeah.
But rather like you have this kind of just like I want to say disastrous as a single person. It was disastrous for you. And
yeah.
So
you definitely have a different outlook on life after any kind of tragedy, especially one that's literally happens to you. And yeah, there were times where I remember thinking that that my situation was like the worst thing in the world, and like other things.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at that.
No, like it's just that's a part of like the self-grieving process when it comes to something like that. You're like, oh my God, why me? This is awful. But it always would have a reality check at some point where just like, oh, kind of put myself back into a certain perspective.
Well, it's not a lack of, or it's not a lack of need or a need for a reality check. I definitely keep myself in check decently. I recognize that there are those out there who are certainly less fortunate than me.
Sure.
Boogie is a good example of fortune, but definitely more misfortune as well. very, very popular YouTuber, won the Trending Gamer Award at the Game Awards this year. Boogie2988, morbidly obese. Has a lot, as I've said on here, bad health begets bad health. Has a lot of problems. But yeah, he's a very successful YouTuber, but at the same time, like, I think about, like being able to do this, and I probably can do this even easier than he can.
Sure.
Because while there's a lot that really goes into these things at the same time, I
don't know. I always
word vomit.
I kept busy. I mean, it was like probably the 4 hardest years were, while I was in college, because I was walking around and stuff. But yeah, excuse me, I didn't mean to burp in the microphone like that.
It happens.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I
users.
was in a lot of pain often. It wasn't like an everyday thing, but there were some days that were worse than others. And I think I've told you before, like there was a year. I didn't say it wasn't like a full year where like I couldn't go to sleep without a handful of ibuprofen, like something like 800,000 milligrams, just to kind of fall asleep. So I mean, it's just I don't know. I don't think about that too much anymore. I mean, I've since been not in pain, so you can always just think of the positives. Like you never know. Like give it, hopefully, good time. Same thing can happen to you, where the pain could just subside at some point, and
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you're when you're living that life, it's hard to have a positive outlook on something like that.
It's not that I have again. I'm not trying to be negative about this. I'm just saying that there is
realistic rather.
There's this kind of issue. That like I definitely feel disconnected from others, and I feel bad for that because I want to still be able to connect to others. I used to be really good at, just connecting with others, having casual conversation, and just enjoying company. And I definitely...
the more you're out of it, though, like the more it's going to come back, really.
We'll see.
It's like riding a bike, or... I mean, it's like when I still kind of experienced some disconnection. I mean, just... last year was the first time I ever wore shorts in 10 years. I mean, it's just like, 'cause I never swam. So it's just like when I'd go to my parents' house, and they've got a pool, and in the summertime, like, oh, why don't you, like get some shorts on and come swimming? It was like, nah. I was like kind of put off because, I didn't like the way I looked. So, that kind of created a little disconnect. I mean, it's not the same kind of disconnect, but it's just like, they're doing this, I'm not. Kind of thing. And last October when I went on vacation with some friends, went to Punta Cana, I was just like, well, I will be swimming. Like this is my that was my testament to be like, all right, let's just sack up and do it. And this summer, I've been swimming a couple of times, went kayaking a few times, and kind of was able to get that connection back. It wasn't like they're doing this thing, I'm not going to do it because I have self-image issues. I got over that and I reconnected. So you can have a disconnect and you can get it back. I believe that. I believe in you, Scott. I believe in you.
I don't know why. Anyway, no, I like that. I liked a lot of what you had to say. It makes sense. We'll see. It's obviously not a thing that is going to be just solved in some few easy words. It takes a lot of time, and it might never be solved, and I might just be, and I am actually pretty happy on my own these days. But that doesn't mean that, I don't want to connect with others. It just means that we might just have to try harder. So, let's go ahead and move into the final ramble, the hype train.
Yeah.